Good morning. Good morning. Getting to be about time to go see Amo. So, we spent a lot of time talking about the 6 human needs. Now we're going to talk about procrastination. And as you start talking about procrastination, it's the silent killer, right? It's the opposite of personal power. And anybody that gets anything done does the little things, and procrastination is what eliminates that. It's not making the phone call, it's not showing up, it's not exercising on a regular basis. It's all of the things that over time will kill all your goals and kill everything that you're working towards. So we know that when you're talking about procrastination, you got to talk about habits. You got to talk about rituals. You got to talk about what are the daily things that you do. We've talked again and again and again about how little things become big things. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. We've said it again and again and again. And procrastination is what gets in the way of that. I love the military example. The other day when we got done doing our goals, we said, go back and look at everything and ask yourself, what kind of person accomplishes all of these goals? What are the characteristics of that person? What do they do on a daily basis? That's their habits. That's their rituals. Do they sleep in or do they get up early? Do they exercise every day or do they exercise, irregularly? Do they drink often? Do they go out and party all the time? Or do they show up and they get their stuff done? How organized are they? Do they plan their week out or do they let it just happen? Do they plan ahead and work ahead or do they just respond to crisis? Those different actions are going to create completely different results. The military, when they're going to create a Marine, they don't immediately take you out on the firing range and start teaching you how to shoot a rifle. They don't immediately start teaching you hand-to-hand combat. Where do they start? They start with your haircut. They start with the way that you dress. They start with the way that you talk. They start with the way that you walk. They start with the way that you run. They start with little things. The little things become the big things. So when you're going to talk about procrastination, you need to know that this is the silent killer, and the way around it is your habits, is your rituals. Now, we just got done talking about the 6 human needs. So why is that so important? Well, you now know how to make something that you need to have as a habit or a ritual fulfill your needs. So if you need a different habit with regards to exercise, okay. If you're not doing it, well, now you know it's because it's not fulfilling your needs. So how can you interpret that activity so that it does fulfill your needs? How can you make it so that it's an experience that is helpful to you and fulfills certainty and significance and growth and contribution? If one of the habits that you're going to need is being organized, okay, so how can being organized fulfill your 6 human needs? You know that if you're not doing it, it's not fulfilling your needs. So in order to get yourself to do it, it needs to start fulfilling your needs. So really, we're going to talk about procrastination in more detail, but you really got to start out by looking at those habits, those rituals. What are the rituals that you have that are great? Make them better. Use the 6 human needs to do that. What are the rituals that you need to have and you don't have? And that means it's not fulfilling your needs. So how can it fulfill your needs? And remember, 3 becomes a habit, 4 becomes an addiction. And if you add growth and contribution, it's something that you'll never, ever, ever leave. Even if you leave it for a period of time, you're going to go back to it. And there's easy ways. There's easy ways to do growth and contribution. This device that you have will make it so that growth and contribution can work for you. Because you can listen to tapes, you can listen to books on tape. If you need to read on a regular basis, but you're not doing it, okay, how can you do it so it fulfills your needs? What about if you use driving time? Now that the world's back opening up, what about if you listen to books on tape while you're driving? Or you can listen to books on tape while you're working out. That would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So number 1, you would work out. Number 2, you would listen to books on tape. If you love reading but you don't like exercising, then combine those 2 things so that it'll start to fulfill your needs. That's why the 6 human needs are so important, because if you pay attention to them, then you can make it so that whatever you want to do that you're not is fulfilling your needs. And whatever you're doing that you don't want to do, you could ask yourself, okay, how is this fulfilling my needs that's causing me to do it? It's not fulfilling them on a great basis for sure, but it's fulfilling them. And then ask yourself, how can I fulfill those needs elegantly? Procrastination is the silent killer. The way around it is to start with your rituals. What are the habits? What are the rituals? You did your goal setting exercise. What are the characteristics of the person that accomplishes all of those things? Then go back, okay, so now what are the habits that I need to have, and how can I fit those in with regards to the 6 human needs so that it's something that I'm addicted to in a good way, not in a bad way. We all are addicted to stuff. Make it so that we're addicted to good things. Be addicted to being organized. Be addicted to exercise. Be addicted to reading. Be addicted to not watching a lot of TV and instead interacting with your spouse on a very positive basis. Get addicted to good things, sow those seeds, and you're going to get the same results and the same rewards. Hope that makes sense. Have a great Saturday, everybody. Tomorrow we'll talk about big picture, as we always do. Thanks again so much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.